Keeping a close eye on your forecast, tracking showers out there right now, leading to a wet and soggy beginning to this week. But I'll be talking more about your forecast details coming up.
A check of the weather. Jen, December's been interesting so far. I feel like it's like blah weather, then a cold front, pretty, and it just continues on.
That's exactly right. We've had this roller coaster of a forecast, and the culprit every single time you mention it, it's going to be that cold front. It brings in some of the wet, the soggy conditions. Our winds, they shift out of the south right ahead of those cold fronts. So think of all the warm moisture that we have over the Gulf waters. That's just going to be pushing in closer towards us, all ahead of that next system. And then in the wake of it, we introduce some cold air, and then it's just a repeating cycle. And so that's what we're seeing for today. And don't worry, just behind it, we will start to introduce some cold air. It's just not going to get here until we get closer towards midweek. So we have to deal with some of those warm, those muggy conditions, and also those wet and soggy conditions. But hey, we're rooting on the rain, especially it's a weekday. We begin a brand new week, and just tracking some of those showers out there. We are turning much more widespread. It's gray, it's gloomy. The roads, they're slick. So make sure you take it easy. Double check that your headlights are on, that way you're visible to other drivers. But just seeing some of that light to moderate rainfall, even some heavier pockets out there closer towards Bruton, Evergreen, Monroeville, just starting to see some of that along with Grove Hill, McIntosh, and then central to western Mobile County, closer towards Saraland, Satsuma, just starting to see some of those showers out towards Sims and even Dawes. So again, make sure you're driving carefully out there. Bayou La Batterie, Codin, calm and quiet at this point, along with some of our coastal areas, just seeing some breaks in that rain coverage. But as we get further along into the rest of today, only expecting more of that to continue. It's going to be wet around lunchtime. It'll stay soggy heading into the afternoon. Even later on today, 2, 3, 4 o'clock, more of that moderate to heavy rainfall begins to push in. So when you're picking up the kids from school, you're going to be needing the rain gear. They're going to be needing it as well. Again, please drive carefully out there. Double check when you're going through those school zones. Take it extra slow, because that visibility will be reduced around those points and then turning a little more isolated later on into this evening. But as mentioned, it is a cold front. Our cold air will push in once we get closer towards midweek. We'll be below average, introducing some more of those chilly and possibly freezing mornings once we get further along into the rest of the week. I'll be breaking down all of those details coming up in just a little bit. Joe. And also taking another look at your forecast, gray, gloomy skies out there today, along with some of that increased rain coverage. Those temperatures staying mild and muggy, only going to be resting in the upper 60s by this afternoon, overnight, and even warmer tomorrow. I'll be talking more about what we're tracking in your forecast coming up when we come back.
Let's get a check of the weather. Those aren't the shoes you want to be wearing outside today.
No, not at all. You want to be wearing something that is okay to be getting wet, because it is soggy to begin for today. Only expecting that to continue into this afternoon and this evening. But just a reminder, right now is a great time to go ahead and download the Fox 10 weather app. That way you stay updated with the forecast. We do update these forecast videos for you daily. The short form right here, maximum 60 seconds. The long form right here, right below that radar feature. But just a reminder, in case you are heading out the door anytime soon, you need to stay updated with where the rain is, what it's looking like. We do have that radar and 5-hour futurecast option right there in the palm of your hand. But looking further at your forecast and what we're tracking out there heading into the rest of today, your day planner, really those temperatures are staying mild and muggy out there. We are maxing out above average in the mid to upper 60s, lower to mid 70s, closer towards our coastal areas. Those winds out of the southwest, increasing that humidity around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And if you notice, every single icon there is showing rain. It will only continue for the rest of today, overnight, heading into tomorrow. A little more scattered for tomorrow, so you will start to see some breaks in that rain coverage. But then the cold air comes in behind it. It will just be a little delayed. Waking up tomorrow morning mild in the 60s. Waking up Wednesday morning mid 40s, and then by Thursday and Friday we're back down into the 30s, especially starting off for your Thursday. Possibly seeing more of those temperatures near or below freezing. Now, I keep getting the question, what is Christmas looking like? Well, it is still too far out to talk about it, but we can get a closer idea of leading up to it. This is going to be the Climate Prediction Center, the CPC, on what they're showing for December 17th to December 23rd. Just a reminder, this is not talking temperatures. This is mainly talking probabilities. So the darker the coloration, it's just the higher the chances. So the good news here, those are low chances right there, but it's still saying that we could see some warmer than normal temperatures. We should be in the lower 60s, so this could be the mid to upper 60s, the lower 70s. I'm leaning more towards the mid 60s for that temperature outlook. Again, for December 17th to December 23rd. We'll get a better idea over the next few days, so we'll keep you updated on that far extended outlook. But for now, here's the live view outside over downtown Mobile. We'll be right back with 3 to know before you go.
Roth.
All right, let's get a check of the weather, Jen.
Yeah, so taking a look at the next 7 days, what we're tracking is wet and soggy conditions for today and tomorrow. It's also going to be mild and muggy. Expect more of that fog to begin for your mornings. Cold air moves in behind a breezy Wednesday, really chilly to begin Thursday and Friday, and then rain risks are to come back heading into the weekend.
All right, we've seen it before. We'll probably see it again.
73
Yeah.
in December. Wow.